Yo, what's happening, everyone?
Going on, guys?
Thank you, everyone. Here's the monthly update video for February and I guess January because it's been a bit of a long time since we've done an update video, but we have a lot to update. So I'll kick it off with Jackson to give you guys the first part of the update.
Going on, guys. First of all, I know it's been a long time coming. Um, Obviously, me and Rui have been working hard in the background, getting things sorted for the Ghoulie fam. We just want to thank you, first of all, everyone who's been with us, especially since day one. We've got our diehards in the Ghoulie fam that have been helping us out and supporting us along the way.
Yeah, you guys have been amazing. Like honestly,
Yeah,
we wouldn't be where we are without you guys. You guys have been the ultimate support.
100%, 100%. Definitely means the world to us. So, just want to thank you guys, first of all. And yeah, we just want to sort of talk about what we're doing moving forward with the Ghoulies.
Very
Okay,
exciting stuff.
it is very, very spicy. So basically, what we want to do first is talk about how we're going to make the Ghoulies into a Genesis collection. So obviously, the initial collection was going to be 10,001. Okay, but basically, what we're going to do is stop the sale at 1,500, and obviously, therefore, we'll only ever have 1,500 Ghoulies that you'll ever be able to collect. Okay, so in saying that, it is a big thing to do to burn the collection, but for you guys, for all your holders out there, the rare ones that you have just got rarer. The one of ones they become even rarer in themselves again.
I
So
believe that there would be a total of, I think, 4 or 5 one of ones, including the ones that the Ghoulie wallet holds.
yeah,
Um,
yep,
we
sure,
still have to do that charity auction, and then we still have to do that airdrop Wolverine, which we might turn into something a bit more um, community heavy. But I'll let Jackson talk about that.
yeah, definitely, definitely. We'll definitely turn it to something fun. Um, So yeah, I know the community's probably going to have a lot of questions about what's next, and I guess one of the main things is what's happening with Soulforge. Okay, so we'll get to that in a minute, and the reason behind what we're going to do. But basically, the thing is, initially, when we planned the collection, it was going to be an art collection, going to be a comic book, we're going to do the charity thing, all that kind of fun stuff. Okay, and we've realized in the months of creating the Ghoulies, Rui and I have seen how far NFTs and innovation can go in this space.
It is
Um,
crazy. It's crazy how
and
much
yeah,
stuff you can do with NFTs, which we had no idea the extent of it when we started. Like, consider it like when Jackson and I first started, the only big projects out there were what were they? The Gutter Cats and Bored Ape Yacht Club.
got a cat gang. Yep, Bored
Yeah,
Apes,
and there
Top
was
Dog.
literally zero utility back then.
Yeah, like I think my first introduction to buying an NFT was Top Dog Beach Club, and they sold out, and I got one of them. And I remember looking at them on OpenSea, and I was like, "Oh, they're number 50 on OpenSea." I'm like, "That's cool," but 50 out of like 65 collections. So now, you know what I mean. You look at OpenSea now, and there's I don't even know how many collections that
Oh,
they got to be thousands easily.
yeah,
It's insane. Um, so yeah, so basically, obviously NFTs they're evolving every week, every month. It's getting pretty crazy. So we just want to basically cut the Ghoulies off at the 1,500. It becomes the Genesis collection, and then we're going to work out some really cool value and some utility for the holders.
yeah,
Okay, so moving forward, the in that burn event, we'll have a lot of the one of one artworks, the ones that were in the back end of the collection that basically they aren't going to be minted. They're going to be added to the event collection.
yep.
Okay,
So they'll be
and over
part
the
of the Undiverse events on the roadmap.
yep, that's it. So over the next weeks and months, we're going to be running these really cool events, and we're going to hit that 100% sold mark for the Ghoulies. So we'll finally have that sold out collection, which is going to be great for everyone in the community, and these events are going to help to get to the 100% and also drive some secondary sales, and there might be some other contests in there for the community as well. So
Yeah. And
that's going to be heaps of fun.
just to be clear to everyone, Jackson, it's not they're no longer going to be one of ones. They're going to be more like our seasonal ghoulies, where there will be a certain time frame where you do a specific task,
Yep.
and then after that, there won't be any available. So there could be similar to how the Ghoul that stole Christmas. There's probably, I think there's only like 10 or 12 out there. There could still be a small amount depending on people that participate, or there could be a large amount.
Yep.
But
Yep,
it
sure.
just means that more people will be able to get their hands on that really cool design that they wanted.
Yep, that's it. That's it. And I know there's a couple out there that I see pretty much every week. Someone mentioning that that they want that particular one design. So it's going to be your chance to finally get it, and you're going to probably get it a lot easier than what you expected. So or harder. We'll wait and see. But yeah, so that's one of the first things. The second thing is, we're talking about the Soul Forged and the gamification of the Ghoulies. Okay, so while we really wanted to make the Soul Forge element with the Ghoulies, okay, our devs, they put us in, without saying too much, they put us in a little bit of a tight situation where we sort of had to figure out our other options of what we can do with the next step in this NFT project, okay? So I remember we wanted to, I think, release Soulforge on the 15th of Jan. Okay?
We want to start development.
Start the development on the 15th of Jan. And this, yeah, we've been dealing with some issues in the back ends. It seems like every week a new thing popped up. That slowed us down.
Nothing that affects the community. That's the reason why we're doing the burn. Like, so it doesn't affect the community at all.
Yeah.
But in terms of turning the project into Soulforge, we were coming up with more and more problems with it.
Yep. And so that's okay. Okay, so that these things happen. Is an NFT project. There's a lot of curveballs that can get thrown at you.
The main thing is that the main thing is that Jackson and I had to adapt. We didn't want to leave you guys, high and dry after saying, hey, we're gonna announce all these things. So that leads us to this announcement that Jackson's gonna give to us.
Okay, so we had a few options to play with. Okay, and we feel like with where we're at, we just couldn't push it to the next level. Okay, so one of the really cool things is we met a guy called Shoops. Okay, and he's actually he's a friend of my brother in real life. Okay, and this guy has his own marketing agency, and it turns out he's into NFTs, and he was making his own NFT project, and that NFT project was the Gods of Solaria. Okay,
which we did a collaboration with.
Yeah, so the guys that have been with us for the last couple of weeks, they would have seen that collaboration. They would have seen the Gods artwork. It's phenomenal. These dudes built their Discord to over 6,000, I think, and sold out organically, and sold out their seed collection within the first hour, I believe, was it?
Yep.
Yeah. So these guys are doing really good. They've created a DAO, and they've got an actual incubator. Okay, so that was a certain step in their project. Once they minted a certain amount, they created an incubator. Okay, so they actually come to us, and they've offered us, do we want to be one of the first to use their incubator? Okay, so Rui and I had to talk about it, and we think these guys are really genuine people. They've got a great NFT project. They've got a great community. So what we want to do is now use all of the Soul Forged elements, so the token system and all that kind of stuff, and we want to put it into what we're going to call the Lords of the Undiverse. Okay, so that's going to be the new collection coming up.
I'm so excited, man.
It's gonna be epic. So the Ghoulies was the introduction to the Undiverse, obviously. So you guys have read the lore, and you've seen some imagery and some concept art of things from the Undiverse. Okay, so now we're actually going to bring out the Lords. So you're gonna see these bad boys who are running the Undiverse. Okay, and this artwork's no joke, man. Like
we've gone crazy with this.
Yeah. So we're conceptualizing at the moment, and this shit's going to be wild. Okay.
Yeah.
So obviously
we're going
to show you more of that soon.
Yeah. Hey Jackson, I think the Ghoulie holders have a question. What happens to people that own Ghoulies?
What happens to people that own Ghoulies?
Yeah. How do they benefit from this?
Oh wow. So the best thing about Ghoulie holders, okay, we want to pay you guys back. Okay, so we want to give you the most utility possible for the future. Anything that Rui and I do, okay? This Lords of the Undiverse is obviously the next step. All right, so whether it's whitelist, free mint passes, all that kind of stuff, you're going to get that in the Lords of the Undiverse.
Yeah.
Okay.
So Jackson and I are still working out the ways that we can do it, but we do want to offer the Ghoulies holders. We want to offer them free mints for this pass, for this new collection, and amongst other things. You'll see once we update, we give you the next update. You'll learn a bit more of what we're planning, and trust me, we're always gonna be looking out for the Ghoulie holders first, more than anyone.
For sure.
And we just don't want it to seem like we're just moving on to the next project. You know, we want to show you guys that we're in this for the long term, and that Ghoulie holders are the Genesis collection. You guys are the OGs, and you guys are going to get the first look at on how can we help these guys, how can we give more to these guys, and that's what we're doing with this project.
Yep, 100%. You're gonna get the first access to the newest collection, and you're being a Ghoulie holder, you're gonna get it free. So it's gonna be pretty wild. And there's guys that have been with us since day one, so that's definitely something that's gonna hype those guys up, and I hope you're excited to hear it. And I mean, even if you look on OpenSea, like there's only a small percentage of total Ghoulies listed. You know what I mean? So it means we have a lot of the community, a lot of holders that are really do love the project, and they're willing to hold. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like it's pretty wild, and we love to see that kind of stuff. So I think that's mostly for me.
Oh, here we go.
We got some spicy news.
Yeah.
Come out of Rui's mouth. About to
yeah. So as Jackson said, we did this to recreate Soulforged. So the first we actually split Soulforged into two separate things. So Jackson announced the first part of it, which is the Lords of the Undiverse. They'll have the utilities for the for Soulforged, but you're probably asking, hey, how are these utilities going to be used? And I'm here to announce that we are currently building an original Ghoulies based game called Battles for the Undiverse, and I'll show you guys the splash screen right now. There it is. Ghoulies Battle for the Ghoulies Battle for the Undiverse.
Put in some epic music or something.
Yeah. So that is the auto battler. So we're creating an auto battler. We have just locked in a developer for the game, and we're beginning the building phase of it. We're super excited. We want to create a free-to-play game for everyone. So at the start, it's just going to be for everyone. It's a free-to-play game, and Ghoulie holders will be able to unlock extras in that game at first. So our main focus is to build a fun game that everyone can play. That means we can get more people involved in the Ghoulies project, and we get more people jumping in on, potential secondary sales, all that stuff. And
yeah, definitely works in multiple ways, right? Having a game.
Yeah.
Obviously, first and foremost, you have a ton of fun playing it.
Yeah.
It definitely helped build the brand. You know what I mean? Get it to new eyeballs out there. Sick artwork. Like there's a whole number.
They're about to see. They're about to see. At first, they've just seen the login page.
Okay, cool. Gotcha.
So, the gameplay you're wondering for this game, I said auto battle. It's kind of hard to just understand what it is just from saying that. Auto battler is you create a team of Ghoulies, so you get a certain amount of souls to spend before the battle. You have to build your team of Ghoulies, and I'll show you that right now. So those are the Ghoulies. There's going to be about 40. We've got 40 of them listed. Each have different stats and different abilities. Your goal is to build a team of 5. Now, obviously, this is just a concept image of what we have, where it's going to look similar to this, but not exactly. And the goal is to have your team to be the last standing. Now, you have to win. The first person to 10 victories wins, So you have to hit 10 victories. You'll get a certain amount of points, and then those points can later be used, in the stores or added to a leaderboard. We're still in the process of building that. For now, we're just working on the gameplay mechanic and making sure that it's a fun game. Then we'll start adding those stuff afterwards. So yeah, we will continue updating you guys as we develop the game.
Yeah, for sure. Sure, it's
But
gonna be a lot of fun.
yeah, man, I'm super excited. You know, this sort of stuff is crazy. Like the artworks that we can get. We've got a couple of friends that we can also get involved in creating art for the Ghoulies. So each Ghoulie is going to look specifically different.
Do people know that you have a bachelor's in game design? I don't know if we've told them.
I think we spoke about on NFT culture, but if people don't know, yes, I do have a bachelor's in game design. Haven't really used it a lot since I got it, but
we're about to.
yeah, we're about to. Like the fundamentals are there. I actually did build games back in university, and we've met up with an indie developer, and please everyone consider this an indie game. Like this is not a AAA title by any means. This is a small group of people building a game that is fun to play, and we want to start working on the foundations of adding Web3 to it. So that brings me to my next point: is people want to know the gamification side of the NFT project that we just announced, the Lords of the Undiverse.
Lords of the Undiverse, yep.
So the project that everything that we've announced for Soulforge will be in Lords of the Undiverse in some way, shape, or form. Owning a Lord will unlock the story mode within this game. You know, that will then introduce a lot more things into the game. You guys will see eventually, because the roadmap for Lords of the Undiverse is not a minting roadmap. It is a minting roadmap, but it's more towards what we unlock in the game, the more stuff gets minted. So you'll see a whole list of things that we're planning on for the game, and the further we get down that list, the more stuff gets unlocked into that game. So another thing that we wanted to do that we decided that will be a bit different from Soulforged is we've noticed a lot of hacking and a lot of threats happening within the NFT space. It's at the moment it's a very unsafe environment. I mean, as we're talking now, OpenSea is going through an issue.
Literally in the last day or two.
Yeah.
I don't even know exactly what the issue is, but like even they've put notices up on their website,
yeah.
right? Like,
yeah. So
ship NFTs apparently been stolen. It's just wild. It's crazy.
It's compromised. So we've seen now that if something like OpenSea can get hacked, you know, a smaller website or a smaller project like us can surely get hacked. So the way that we want to do it is we want our website and the account that you've made for the game just to be able to read your MetaMask and what you have in it. So it won't involve you moving NFTs around everywhere. It'll involve more of reading what's in your wallet. Now that might lead to a few sort of extra steps of, you know, connecting your MetaMask so that it reads it, or unless we find a way to get the plugin to read it automatically from your account to your MetaMask. But we want to make sure that your guys' NFT are safe more than anything, and that you can still play the game.
For sure.
So that's the big news. That's the big big update. We want to thank everyone for being so patient with us. We do have this game in development now. It's in the early stages. So as it develops, we'll be sending more and more updates to you guys. That's going to be our focus for now, because we want the game to be released before the Lords of the Undiverse collection gets released, so people can actually see that we're serious about, you know, developing a game and adding that stuff into the game.
100%. And like, obviously, we've got a great community in the Discord. And you know, Red and I can't be in there all the time as much as we'd like, obviously, because we're out here building the game, pretty much doing artwork every single day. You know what I mean? And then along with other jobs we have as well. So we're pretty hectic. But you know, we've got the community in the hands of Bounty now and his team, and they're just a wonderful bunch of guys working on it, and they're super friendly. So
they're good.
If you're new, got any questions, you know what I mean, feel free to message them. They'll get back to you. Any
Normally,
suggestions?
normally,
Anything like that?
if you ask them a question, they come and ask us, and we'll eventually update them, and then, or if we manage to see it on the chat, we'll update you guys ourselves. But yeah, we are in full swing. We haven't.
Sure.
We some people, hopefully, no one's thought that we've left them behind, because this, by all means, isn't a short-term sort of project. So don't expect it to be a short-term project. But
That's it.
we do see you guys. We see everyone that's active on the Discord, and we will thank you guys in some way, shape, or form with the game, and you guys will all see it. So that's gonna be. I'm gonna be incredibly busy for the next month or so, building this game. For anyone that's into game design, the game will be supported by a Unity engine, and Jackson and I are actually doing all the art for it. Some of the art we might
That'll be
get,
fun.
we might get, we might get some of our friends, some featured artists to do some ghoulie designs, because we do have 40 of them.
We got some talent in the community as well.
We do have some talent.
You never know where the artwork's going to come from.
Exactly. We might even hold like an art contest to have your ghoulie art featured in the game. So we just want to involve people a lot more. So yeah, keep an eye out on that. Anything else, Jackson?
I think that's about it, man. I think we covered pretty much everything. Obviously, it was a long time coming, but we're here. We're working.
We're working.
Long-term goal. We've got the vision.
We do.
We've got all the bullshit out the way. We're now in another building phase, and we're going to crystallize this thing.
Yep.
And it's going to be epic.
Yep.
And
all right,
be ready,
guys. That's it for us. We'll be sending you updates more as we go along. But now we are back into the building phase. So we'll see you guys on the Discord.
boys. See you, ladies.